What is up, guys? So as promised, I'm going to be a bit more active on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about training, nutrition, supplements. Can't really talk about PEDs anymore, unfortunately, and fortunately, because I really don't want to talk about them on YouTube. Memories that I've had bodybuilding, stories that I'd love to share, because I remember being a young teenager, just discovering bodybuilding and the years after, and we didn't have Instagram. We didn't have too many people sharing information. It was very far and few. It was only, who you knew in the gym, forums, your coach, which there wasn't as many coaches back then as there is now. So, having the last 15 years of experience in the industry, competing myself, working my way up through the ranks, coaching athletes to this day, passing on that stuff is important for me. Everybody's going to make mistakes, but it's always best when you can learn from somebody who made some mistakes before you so you don't have to do them. So I am really looking forward to getting this YouTube really going. So if you're watching this, awesome. Glad to see you. So I wanted to talk a bit about rebounds. What is a rebound? There will be people that will argue this and say you can't put muscle tissue on after this show in this so-called rebound. It's just glycogen, it's water. Yes, it is a lot of glycogen. You will hold extra water in the muscle. But can you put on muscle tissue? Why not? You're at a really low body fat. You just spent 12, 16, 18, 20 weeks dieting, whatever it is. Hopefully you came and peeled for your show. You're super insulin sensitive. Your body is super responsive. Your metabolism's at an all-time high. So it's ready to really just soak things up, and it does, like a sponge. Now, the rebound is very critical, not only for your physique, but for your health. When I say it soaks everything up, it does. So if you're going to go ahead and eat a bunch of crap and stop doing your cardio, you're going to look like crap. You're going to feel like crap, but you're also putting yourself in a very bad position health-wise. I know people who went to the hospital days after their show because they started holding extreme amounts of water and their kidneys and heart were stressed. So it is very important to take this serious because you can hurt yourself if you're coming off of a show, if you're taking pharmaceutical diuretics, possibly being so water restrictive. You don't want that to happen. So that's the most important part. Not just the fact that you can really improve your physique. So can you improve your physique? Absolutely. I did it after almost every show. My athletes, it's a very important phase. They are not allowed to just go do whatever they want. This phase can truly set you up for success for your next season. So what do I do with most of my athletes? And generally speaking, every situation is completely different. So I don't want to talk in absolutes, but hopefully I can give you some information that would help you in your next show if you're not working with the coach, or maybe your coach doesn't even want to help you. Sorry to hear that if they do. So let's say you just competed, you're super dehydrated, you're peeled to the bone. You can go eat a good meal after your show, but immediately start hydrating right away. You need your kidneys to start functioning on their own and filtering out all that water on their own. Especially after taking pharmaceutical diuretics, if you did, especially if you were water restricted. It is very important to bring your body back to a form of homeostasis, especially with how it's going to process water. So you need to consume water to keep urinating. So they start hydrating, they ate a good meal. The day after the show, they can enjoy some good food. I don't restrict them on that day. However, they can't go overboard. But it is mandatory that they get 2 gallons of water that day. It is very important because if you miss that day, you are setting yourself up for extreme water retention and possibly edema. Monday, you're back to your cardio. You're back to your diet. In terms of cardio, some of you may not even want to do cardio after your show. Why shouldn't you? You don't need to do crazy amounts of cardio, 20, 30 minutes a day, 5 to 6 days per week. Keep your metabolism going. Keep the water off. You don't want your activity to go from here to here because that rebound will bite you in your ass if you do so. So keeping that cardio just to keep things moving, keep your metabolism moving is going to work in your favor. Especially coming off after days of carbing up. You possibly loaded up on fats, you loaded up on carbs, then you had your food post-show, so you really need all that to process through, especially when you want to maintain a pretty lean physique during your rebound. You don't want to put on fat, you don't want to chase a scale. You do want to stay fairly lean, and you can put on muscle tissue in this state because of how sensitive your body is. So keeping the cardio in check is important. Now, when it comes to diet, you don't need to be crazy restrictive, but there's no reason to start pumping up massive amounts of protein and carbs. I keep my guys very moderate in the protein during their rebound. There's no reason to stress the digestive system and the body with high amounts of protein. I'm not even a high protein guy to begin with. So protein can be kept very moderately. Carbs, extremely moderate. If you're noticing you're holding excessive amounts of fluid, your carbs have to come down very low to make up for that. Your water's still staying high, your sodium's still staying consistent. Do not cut that out. You should have never cut that out to begin with. But the carbs will have to come lower, at least for about 4 to 5, 6 days, just to get your body back to homeostasis so you can start adding them back in. With a lot of my guys, I am able to add in carbs right away. Again, the amounts may vary. I wish I could give you guys an amount. There's no set number. It's very individually dependent. Every situation is different. But you don't need to go down to 0 carbs. But they can be very moderate, because if you started hydrating and your kidneys are pumping again, you shouldn't have an issue. Your cardio's in. In terms of training, so you hear me talking about how this muscle that you can put on, the improvements that you can make. So some of you may be thinking, I'm going to train like an animal post-show. That is one of the worst things you can do. You're at a high risk of injury, especially if you're dehydrated. So it's going to take you about a week for your body to balance out from that, on a cellular level, getting all your minerals in, electrolytes, allowing the brain to rehydrate. It takes almost up to 3 days for the brain to rehydrate, if I'm correct. You want to make sure your joints are coming back to a good point, because a lot of you going through prep may start getting dry joints for certain reasons. So that week after the show is strictly pump work. You're not trying to set PRs. You're not trying to train to failure. There's no reason for you to train to failure. The post-show rebound pumps, post-show pumps, is a very real thing. You get pumped brushing your teeth, carrying the grocery bags, going to the gym, you do a few reps, you're crazy pumped, you're splitting. You want to take advantage of that. That's showing you how sensitive your body is. You can easily ruin that by going too high with your food, going off the deep end with junk food, but enjoy those pumps. You can make them last up to 8 weeks from what I found. Some guys up to 10 weeks if we do things right. So there's no reason to be setting PRs and trying to hurt yourself in the gym, because you're set. You could possibly tear a muscle. You can possibly hurt your joints. You don't need to be trained to failure for, I would say, the second week. You can start to slowly add up the intensity, depending on what kind of state your joints are in and how your body feels. Remember, you got to be very in tune with your body. But also, too, don't just try to run through a wall. You don't want to get injured. You don't need to be going to failure. I can't reiterate that enough. So have fun in the gym. Enjoy those pumps. It'll also keep you motivated to want to stay lean throughout this process, because it is a very, very fun process if you do it right. I love doing post shows. I looked insane. I wasn't like fully contest conditioned, but everything was just super round and blasting full and glycogen loaded. And it boosted up my ego quite a bit, like it will for hopefully you. So that's what the training. Guys, don't look to just shoot up in weight. That is not the goal of your rebound. Some people will naturally maintain a very fairly dry, healthy looking physique when their weight's going up. You may not be like that. There are some people who may gain just 10 to 15 pounds. That's normal. There are guys who gain 20, 30. There are more of the genetic anomalies. So don't be weight focused. You should never really be weight focused, but you will see that weight trending up. And that's why it's important, if you're not coaching yourself, for your coach to really track these things visually. See how much water you're holding, see how you're feeling, tracking your blood pressure. All these factors come into play with a rebound. So if you're about to compete, if you're going to compete later this year or whenever, I want you to remember these things. You can't just screw off with everything post-show just because you want to have fun and enjoy yourself. In my opinion, if somebody does that, they truly aren't bodybuilding for the right reason, because you can enjoy yourself in moderation. You can have cheat meals throughout your rebound. You can enjoy little snacks here or there at your coach's discretion. There's no reason for you to stop training. There's no reason for you to stop doing cardio. Take it serious year round. The true bodybuilders will go with this year round. You're still able to enjoy yourself. You're still able to spend time with your family, your friends, your wife, your husband, whatever. So don't blow your load post-show, guys. It is so important. Any of my athletes will tell you, and I'm telling you from my own experience of competing. It's a very fun time. Enjoy it. Hope this video helped you. Like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys